What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing awesome. In the real estate world, there are all kinds of terms that you need to know. There's slang, there's different kind of lingo, and if you're not involved in real estate day to day like myself, you have no idea, right, what some of it means. So I'm going to talk to you about a starter home today. What does it really mean to have a starter home? How does it differ from other types of homes? In this video, I answer those questions just for you. For those that don't know me, my name's Stephen Kodabash, and I'm a realtor located in the northern Atlanta area, and I get to help people buy and sell houses every day. So the big question is, what exactly is a starter home? Many times when I do these videos for you guys, I will look at Google searches and I will see what people are searching for. So I will see what people are curious about, what they might not know a lot about, and I'll create videos around that topic. Well, I noticed that there's a question that people punch into the good old Google bar quite often. What is a starter home? A starter home is quite often the very first home that you own. That's why it's called a starter home. It's your first house. And quite frequently, that starter home is going to be on the smaller side, which is totally okay because more than likely, there aren't a lot of people that are going to be moving into a starter home. A starter home could be 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, could be a single family residence, but it also could be a townhome too. But if you are jumping into a starter home, that's awesome news because with home ownership comes a lot of responsibility, but it can also be rewarding. It can be rewarding because it's an investment. When you purchase a home, you are making an investment. You're taking your money, you're putting it into an asset with the hopes that you gain appreciation over time. So when you sell, not only do you get back a portion of that principal that you've been paying on the mortgage, but you also get back the equity, the extra appreciation, I should say, that you've realized over the term. So home ownership is a great opportunity for you to create what's called generational wealth. So if you're taking notes, write down generational wealth. You have an opportunity to create generational wealth through home ownership. So that starter home is your very first step. And when you jump into a starter home, you might have a limited budget, which is completely okay. Once again, it's your very first home that you're buying. Hey, hold up, did you hit like and subscribe for me? Now that you know the definition of a starter home, let's answer a couple of questions. Why would you purchase a starter home? First off, you might be tired of renting. You could have been renting for years, which is totally okay because, hey, I had a season in my life as well where I rented. So that happens to everyone. Hey, and some people, I'll be honest with you, they rent their entire lives because they don't want to own a home. But if you are one that has been renting for a while, you might decide to jump into your first property and you buy that starter home. Keep in mind when you think about interest rates, right now interest rates are around the 7% mark, and we've been spoiled in years past. Rates were around 3.5, and everyone saw those rates, and a lot of people jumped into mortgages then because from a historical standpoint, those rates were so low, right? They were awesome. But think about when you're renting. When you're renting, you're paying 100% interest. You're paying 100% interest. So what that means is you're paying this money every single month for rent, and when you leave, your lease ends, or whatever, you move out of that rental, then you get nothing back. You get none of that money back. You lose the tax advantages, right, of being able to write off interest because when you rent, you're not paying interest every single month. So just keep that in mind for those that are tired of renting and thinking about jumping into home ownership with a starter home. So why else would you jump into a starter home? Hey, guess what? You might have a limited budget. Your budget might be limited. You might not have a lot of extra money every single month, which is okay because, hey, guess what? You might be jumping into your first full-time job, right? And you probably have next to zero savings or a very, very limited savings buffer, which is completely okay. It's normal for someone that's jumping into a starter home. So you might have a limited budget, not a ton of money to put down for a down payment, which is okay. I'll get to that in a minute. But those are some other reasons why you might jump into a starter home. If you are going to purchase that starter home, you might be thinking, oh, holy cow, how in the world am I going to put down money? I don't have a lot of money to put down as a down payment. Make sure you speak with your lender partner, because lenders typically have first-time buyer program options out there. So you can put down little, right? You can put down a little bit of money toward the down payment or toward the purchase price of that home. So don't sit there and think you've got to have this huge 20% down payment if you're a first-time home buyer. That's not always the case. So make sure you talk to your lender to see what options you have out there, because you can take advantage of those programs and it makes that dream of home ownership just a little bit easier. If you're watching this video and you've never owned a home, then that first home you jump into is going to be your starter home. I hope that this video did a good job of explaining to you exactly what a starter home means. You probably have lots of other questions. I get it. If you've never owned a home, the process can seem daunting, but me, myself, as a realtor, I take pride in sitting down with clients and explaining that entire process from start to finish. And there are lots of road markers or milestones, I should say, through that entire process. But if you're going to make that decision to jump in and own your first home, congratulations to you. If you are new in the real estate world, I want to make sure that you also take a look at this video that I published on my channel, where I talk about real estate scams. So I want to make sure that you're aware of those scams that are out there so you can avoid them, because guess what? There are people out there that have too much time on their hands and they want to take that time and do things that aren't very nice at all. So avoid those real estate scams, because a lot of them are targeted toward folks that have very little experience in the real estate world. So check out that video next so you're aware and that you're not caught by surprise if a scam jumps up and bites you. A little something. If you have some questions, or you want to comment below, feel free to reach out to me as well. My contact information is at the end of this video. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video.